How's it going, boils and ghouls? Didn't have any editing issues or technical difficulties this time, so I'm sneaking out another volume of my top horror movie kills of all time. If you haven't seen the first two volumes, go check them out. They're kind of going in order of favorites. I mean, the first volume pretty much has my favorite kills. And I'm still going to do a community volume. I'm just waiting to hear back from more people with their entries that haven't been on the first two. So I'm going to make your job even harder with this video. But without further ado, let's jump right in. We got a ton more kills to talk about here, so let's jump into it. This whole scene from Stuart Gordon's Dolls, which is one of his most underrated films, I would say. I mean, Dagon is another one. The effects of the dolls moving around in this whole film is excellent. And the way that they start stabbing the shit out of this woman. Great movie, underrated movie, great kill. Yeah, I know. Sorry to subject you to this sad shit like early on.
You're flying it.
I'm flying.
But like I said in the first volume, I'm going by many different criteria to put kills into these videos. It's not just the gore factor or the effects. It's also the atmosphere. It's also the impact of the kill. And man, this is just a gut punch. From the adaptation of Stephen King's novel, Pet Semetery, Gage's kill. Sorry, it's kind of their fault. Don't buy property right by a busy-ass road where big trucks come down speeding at all hours of the day and night. This is a movie, if I've seen it, it was forever ago. This is a kill that a friend mentioned to me, and I'm glad he did. The Howling 4, I forget the tagline. This is the one where there's like a cult, and this guy's whole body melts scene, and then he transforms into a werewolf. There's some mind-blowing effects of this movie for The Howling 4.
Casey here, he thinks you're an alien.
The Faculty from '99. A lot of you know this is the only project that Kevin Williamson has worked on that I actually really love. But Jon Stewart's death here is great, even though he's technically an alien at this point. Doesn't matter, the fucker dies. And the CGI holds up pretty damn well for this movie to this day. And one more kill from this movie, the Queen Alien's death. And again, the blend of practical and CGI is great in this.
Guaranteed to jack you up.
Alright, there's been a few double kills in the last two volumes that I put up there with some of the best. Maybe 5, 6 or so, a small handful. But I forgot all about this, and this might be up there in the top 10 greatest double kill. Scary movie.
Hey, who was that? Go ahead, do it again, do it again.
I always forget the actress who plays Brenda in this. She is fucking hysterical.
Excuse me?
I think I paid my money like everybody else up in here. This is all me up in here. You handle that.
Will you shut the fuck up?
Oh, you lying.
For Christ's sake, will you just shut your trap? Shut up!
Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. Now, I have a soft spot for this movie. Yeah, all the Thorn shit is stupid, but I love the brutality of Michael in this film. Same with Rob Zombie's H2. He's very brutal in that also. But he's brutal in this. The opening kill with the head on the spike. Jamie Lloyd's death with the farming equipment. Now, if you haven't seen the producer's cut of Halloween 6, I highly recommend it, as Michael actually stalks and acts like the voyeur that he is in the original, in the producer's cut of Part 6. Then we have the axe kill, which I think is just shot excellently. I love the aesthetic of this kill. Now, I've said in one of these, I'm not big on electrocution deaths in movies. They have to be very creative. In this case, this guy's head fucking explodes. That's cool. Now, when I covered the Halloween series a while back, I did a video on both the producer's cut of 6 and the theatrical cut. And I watched the producer's cut first. And this guy's head didn't explode. And I thought I was losing my goddamn mind. I said, I know this guy's head explodes. Then I watched the theatrical cut and said, oh, that's why. Because a lot of the effects work wasn't ready or wasn't in the producer's cut at the time. And then this kill at the end where he shoves this guy's face through the bars until it crushes and knocks the door down. Now, I had this in the very beginning of the first volume, because I didn't know then that this would turn into a series. So this is one of the honorable mentions, but this kill from Re-Animator is great. The original The Toolbox Murders had some great kills in it. This one is probably my favorite. And I love the burglar, ski mask look of the killer in this. This fucking infamous scene.
They're eating her! And then they're going to eat me! Oh my god! Aha, number 54.
The original Slumber Party Massacre. Now, I don't hold this one up as a favorite above Part 2 for me. Slumber Party Massacre 2 is my favorite in the series, but I adore the original as well, and some of these are the best kills in the movie.
Don't go out there!
Fuck you. No, fuck you both.
Friday the 13th, Part 7, when Jason axes this bitch in the face and throws her body across the room like he's a professional quarterback. Some of you know The Guest from 2014 is one of my favorite films of the 2010s. I wish we had confirmation in the film that one of those people in the bar dies from the ass kicking he gives them, just so I could include that. But this entire shootout scene, and just the way all of it is filmed, it's brutal.
Oh, shit!
Now, I threw in the head explosion by Tom Savini of his own head in Maniac from 1980 in the first volume. But the train kill and Frank's death at the very end, man, the effects by Savini are fantastic in this. Alright, I know what you're thinking. Nobody gets killed in this scene. But after everything that happens...
Jesus, fuck you! Jesus, fuck you! Man, fuck you!
all I see is an emotionally dead mother, a broken neck, and wrecked pussy.
You know what she did? Your canting daughter?
Sorority Row from 2009, the remake of House on Sorority Row, has some good kills in it. I like this one with the doctor that Chugs gets her drugs from for sleeping with him. And the actress who plays Chugs, I forget her name, but God, she is so sexy in this movie, and just her slutty character adds to it. But her death is cool also, as she chugs on her own blood to death.
One of the many dangers of being a drug addict is never really knowing if the stuff is pure.
Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland. I'm a huge fan of the whole series.
Pretty good stuff.
It'll really clean your pipes.
Happy camping.
Thanks. Have a nice life.
2 is my favorite. This one doesn't reach the first 2, but man, it's a fun one, and there are some fun kills in this. When she lights the firecracker in the person's mouth when they're asleep, the guy wakes up, sees it, freaks out after the face is just exploded to shit. This is another cool double kill, as he gets hit in the face, and then she roasts the whole tent with their bodies inside on fire. And what a great touch that she pulls out a bag of marshmallows.
Good, because your trip's been canceled.
Let me out of here! Get me out of here! Oh, what are you doing? Oh, God, get me out of here! There's rats in here! They'll eat me alive!
Don't worry, they'll be suffocated soon.
What are you doing? Get me out of here!
Oh, I'm happy camper.
This woman, the one who makes all her campers go and get fish when she's eating and chowing down on steak. The only thing with this kill, and it's a reoccurring problem I have in the whole Sleepaway Camp series, I wish we saw more. The after effects in all 3 of these movies look great, the effects on the dead bodies, but I wish we got more of the actual kills. But when this woman's screaming and stuff, she offers, because she was going on a trip with her husband, and she says,
I changed my mind. I'm about to quit it. You can go with us. Come back. Come back. Oh, no. You're in big trouble, you little shit. Come back here right now.
her death is hysterical here, but we get a much better kill a little later on. Back to Scary Movie. This scene is just fucking hysterical. And there's a kill a little later on that I wonder, since I just saw the kill again, if they took inspiration from that later kill, or if this is making fun of that kill. Christmas Evil is another fun holiday slasher. It's more of a character study, but there's some cool kills in here. This scene where he kills a few people and gets back into his van. The early scene in Children of the Corn, where Malachi and Isaac have all the children killing their parents. And it's a brutal scene, man, considering that these are the parents of the children of this town. The kid's watching it, who doesn't want to get involved, and just the kills are pretty brutal. And Malachi and Isaac are both fantastic characters.
What are you doing in there? Listen, are you alright with...
Back to Italian horror, Ruggero Deodato of Cannibal Holocaust fame's slasher film Body Count has several kills in it. These are some of my favorites. Ju-on the Grudge. There's a few creepy scenes and deaths in this movie, but I picked this one. I think this is probably the creepiest. This movie, Excision, I always praise and champion it and bring it up anytime I can. We have Annalyn McCord in here and Tracy Lords. And this ending scene with Pauline trying to give her younger sister with cystic fibrosis a lung transplant when she has no surgical training at all.
Where's Grace? Bob! Grace?
The mom comes home and finds the husband tied up, and her biggest concern is Grace, the younger sister. And when she comes into the garage and she sees exactly what Pauline did, and that she killed her sister. Let me say this, anyone who has ever doubted Tracy Lords as a serious actress, you know, after her brief porn career, I always tell them to check this movie out, because her and Annalyn McCord's performances in this movie are some of my favorites of the decade.
Come closer. I want to show you the detailed work I did on Grace's sutures. What have you done? I practiced my incisions.
And Lords' scream to end this movie, followed by what I consider one of the best ending songs. Not score, an actual song by a band or artist. It is a haunting ending. The Driller Killer from '79, if I recall correctly. This has several great kills in it when he's going around just drilling homeless people to death. And right in front of other people too. He has no fucks. But this forehead drill scene, this is the best in the movie. The effects look great. And it lingers for a decent amount of time. We gotta go with more Final Destination, and this is Final Destination 5, the gymnast scene. And just the way all of these films and all the scenes in them that lead to kills, this series excels at building each kill scene and giving you a whole bunch of things to worry about. The screw here, you think first she's gonna land on it. Then it doesn't happen, and then you see the screw in the bar she's flipping around on starting to come out. So you can see death coming in a multitude of ways. Then when you finally get the kill, it's almost nowhere near what you expected. Plus, this is hilarious. More Lucio Fulci, the drill through the head kill from City of the Living Dead. This looks fantastic. The way that Fulci lingers on it like usual, and it seems like forever before this drill gets to this person's head. But once it does, and drills through this guy's head and out the other end, it's a fantastic effect. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. There's a few good kills in this one. This one with the thumb through the forehead. And this is something you don't see often. Michael Myers just tossing multiple people off a moving truck. Then when he reaches his hand through the roof of the car and rips this guy's neck. That looks fantastic too. Here's some more Friday the 13th Part 7 kills. Now, just like in the last volume, I included some uncut kills here. This one, when this guy gets his face crushed like an Oreo quadruple stuffed, it looks so much better uncut. Same with this kill, with the horn shoved through her eye. That's why you don't want no 1 Minute Man. Halloween 2. Ben Tramer, had you not mentioned this one? And drowning kills don't really work for me most of the time. Mario Bava's Blood and Black Lace, that's an infamous one, and just the style of Bava's filmmaking elevates it. This is one of the other great ones I could think of, with her getting her head dunked into the boiling water. This one's just fucking stupid, I'm sorry. In the original Halloween, Bob's kill, yeah, impractical that he's stuck to the wall, but it's so stylish. Sorry, I don't believe for a second that this bitch is lifted off the ground by Michael with a scalpel and hangs up in the air on it for that long. She does fall eventually, but way too long for me. So we got The Ring and The Ring remake. This opening kill from The Ring remake is great. Before you die, you see the ring. Then Noah's death via Samara. Now I like how this looks, and I consider this one of, if not the best, remakes of a Japanese horror classic. The CGI I think holds up. I think it looks fine. But the original Ringu is a masterpiece, and just the way that it's filmed is better in every single way. The look of the videotape, the way that Sadako walks, which they had her walk backwards and then play it in reverse to walk forward so it looks extra creepy. Great decision. Even the way she comes out of the TV, I love that in Ringu. And the sound design in this scene, with her crawling on the floor and scraping her fingers. Then the infamous close-up shot of her eye. And yeah, it is very different, the kills. In the original Ringu, it kind of just freezes on their face. I always say I'm not sure what I like better. Sometimes I think I like the creepy, distorted face of the remake. But then I really think about it, and I feel like it's a little over the top. But both of them are excellent films. Ringu, though, is a masterpiece. Stitches from 2012. This has great kills in it. If you haven't seen Stitches, it is an excellent killer clown slasher. This scene where he punts this dude's head off. This girl has been a bitch through the entire film. Gets the umbrella thrown through the back of her head, pops her eye out. Then I love how she falls down. It goes even further up through her head. And then the umbrella opens up and the blood sprays everywhere. We've talked a decent amount of head explosions in the last few volumes. I totally forgot about this one. This is another top tier head explosion, regardless of how ridiculous it looks, which this whole movie, the kills are ridiculous. Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. As much as this movie gets shit, I always defend it. It's not that terrible. And take out all the Jason Voorhees stuff, and you got a great body horror film here. Yeah, I never throw subscribe stuff up in a video, but it was the most creative way I could think to cover these tits. This is another great kill, and the effects are absolutely fantastic in this film. That's another thing it doesn't get a lot of credit for. Like this dude getting shot in the forehead, the black blood, and I loved the shot. The way that it's shot when he's hitting the head. This is another great effect where he breaks this guy's arm and kills him with it. And then, technically, like I've said this with other slasher icons like Chucky in the last volumes. Of course, he's not really dead, but Jason's kill in this film. And him getting sucked into the earth. And then we get Freddy's glove that hinted at Freddy vs. Jason, which we still didn't get for what, like a decade plus? Here's some more Wrong Turn series stuff. The beginning kill of the original. This one in Wrong Turn 2 with the axe thrown at her head.
My mother always used to say I'd live forever.
That's another excellent double kill. And then we have the ending kill of the deformed, cannibalistic hillbilly killers getting pushed into the wood chipper. Yeah, Wrong Turn 2, Dead End, is the best in the series for me. Now, honestly, it's been a while since I watched the Wrong Turn movies past 2. So I forget which one this is from, but great double kill here too, and a great double decapitation. And I forget where this one is from also, but I want to say 5 or 6. I want to say 6. This is the kill I was talking about earlier. That the one in Sleepaway Camp 3 with the steak hoarding bitch should have played out. And there's 2 kills here, with the guy buried up to his neck like Sleepaway Camp 3, and then some dude who's just laying on the ground and gets eviscerated. Back to Stuart Gordon's dolls. This is another fun one. When all the toy soldiers come to life and shoot this bitch to death. Wes Craven's original The Hills Have Eyes.
Where are you going with my baby?
I've said this, I prefer the original to the remake, even though I do love the remake. It's fantastic. And some kills from the remake was in the last volume. You ain't planning on fucking these chickens, are you? This is a really intense kill from the Texas Chainsaw series, which I always say I'm not a huge fan of. But when I rewatched Texas Chainsaw Massacre the beginning and did a video on it, it went up a decent amount for me. And this scene, imagine being a girl underneath the table where your boyfriend is strapped to, and then having to hear and see him get eviscerated.
I didn't have any rope or duct tape.
The Last House on the Left remake.
What are you doing?
The final kill where the dad gets his revenge and puts the main dude's head into a microwave and it explodes. I actually prefer the remake to the original, just like I spit on your grave. The Descent. Now, I say all the time, this movie's terrifying without the monsters. Just being in the claustrophobic cave system that no one's explored that they know of. And to their knowledge, they have no way out of here. Then throw in the monsters, and this is one of the most terrifying settings in a horror movie.
Black and white.
Of course it's black and white. What do you expect for $50? Fucking 3D, for Christ's sake? Give me the $50 and get out!
Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. The great Michael Rooker in an infamous role. This movie has a decent amount of great kills, but this one might be my favorite.
Otis, plug it in.
We got another Gremlins kill, another microwave kill, and it looks really good. Alice Sweet Alice from '76 is a film I love, and I feel like it's still so underseen and underrated. I don't want to reveal who the killer is here, so I purposely cut that away. But this is my favorite kill in the film. This is Alice's dad getting murdered. Short and quick, because I know how YouTube is with Kubrick. Dick Halloran getting Dick Halloran. The stuff has some fun and creative kills in it. That dog one, this one where Mo is his name, right? His nickname? Hits this guy in the face and destroys it. This is the kill I was talking about with Scary Movie. Really made me wonder if they were making fun of this with Scary Movie. Except in Scary Movie, it's cum, not alien ice cream. This is another great effect in this film, with the stuff coming out of this guy's mouth, and his face stretching during it. Anaconda! Now, yeah, some of the effects don't hold up great for this movie, but Owen Wilson's death has always been a favorite in this film. And I forget this fucking guy's name, but the waterfall kill, this is my absolute favorite in this movie. And this one I think holds up pretty well.
You really scared me, you shithead. You gonna help me up or what?
The werewolf kill at the beginning of American Werewolf in London. The effects by Rick Baker look great through this entire movie. I mean, the transformation scene is iconic and one of the best. And I like how he runs back after he realizes for a second, like from fear and adrenaline that made him run in the first place, that he says, Jack, and he turns around to go back and help his friend, who is way too dead. If you haven't seen Annihilation, it's a very Lovecraft-type film. More sci-fi than horror, but this bear scene is excellent. Now we got the Killer Shark movie, and this is absolutely my favorite kill. This is where the shark worked, and it worked very effectively. The prom scene from Carrie. Just the way De Palma shot this. And I love the split screen that comes up, and then one half of the split screen changes while the other one changes. Excellent, excellent camera work. Excellent, excellent editing in this film. If somebody told me that Carrie was De Palma's masterpiece, I wouldn't argue it. I don't think it is, but I'd absolutely respect that opinion 100%.
Why, I believe it means angel. Why, yes, I'm sure it does. I know you're going to like that name. Won't you, Peter?
Yeah, this is one of the creepiest and most shocking endings in horror. But Angela technically killed Paul, but we don't actually see the kill here. But trust me, Paul is dead as shit. His head's just laying there.
God, she's a boy.
And then Angela's creepy face after the dick.
Sergeant Tate.
Holy shit.
The Silence of the Lambs is a movie a lot of people don't consider a horror film. They throw it in the group of thrillers, which honestly I'm the same way. I mean, yes, it's horrific in many ways, but I feel like it's more of a thriller film. But Lecter, played by Hopkins, is one of the most iconic performances in a horror/thriller, whatever. And this, plus his brilliant escape, is the best stuff in this film for me. Since one volume had Joe D'Amato's Absurd, and the other one had Joe D'Amato's Anthropophagus, figured for the third volume, let's throw in his first of those three classics, Beyond the Darkness. There's a few kills in this movie that are great, but this is a messed up film. Like most of Joe D'Amato. Back to Intruder, which has my favorite horror kill, but I forgot this one. When this guy gets his eye shoved onto, what the hell do you call it? The thing that you put notes on. It's spiky as shit. I don't know why they ever thought these things were safe, and this is exactly why they're not. And I'll end this one with my favorite horror kill. Again, As at the end of the first volume, when I said this is my favorite kill in horror, I said that the screams of this guy really add to it for me. Some think it's hokey. I think he does a damn good job of selling it. And the sound design's excellent. As soon as the bandsaw hits this guy's head, his screaming stops instantly. And then the head split open. Ooh, I love this kill so much. So alright guys, hope you enjoyed this surprise volume 3. Like I said, there will be a community volume. I'm just waiting to get as many kills from people as possible. So if you haven't sent me any of your entries yet, do that as soon as you can. That way I can put together a whole special volume that is strictly community entries. But alright guys, hope everyone's having a good morning, afternoon, or night, and I will talk to you all soon. Stay spooky, everyone.